Alrighty, thank you for joining us again on our weekly Dungeons and Dragons session. First stream as an affiliate, and because of that, I've got to take some time out beginning the stream to go ahead and give credits due. First of all, I'd like to thank Dining Out Colorado for letting me use part of their name trademark for the tavern that we're in called Dining Out Luchinato. Uh, we're going to be using a map from 2minutetabletop.com. They were kind enough to spend some time and effort to make a map that I actually liked and let me buy it for a pretty decent price. We also will be having some artwork commissioned from Spider Squib. And I'd like to also thank Satchmo Preview from Bad Satchwatch Gaming. All the links are underneath the special thanks box on the About section of this page. And with that, our recap will be our players managed to get through a forest. We've managed to go through without any incidents. They arrived in the Combat Coliseum Marketplace, and they managed to hunt down Corin, who they've been looking for from Hanma's estranged son. And they managed to bring him to a tavern. He regaled the poor table of all of his woes, talk about how he had the worst luck in terms of his wagon broke down, lost the horses, lost the shipment, and in a drunken super sent a message to his mom back in Platea. And that's where we are right now. We're kind of hanging out in the tavern, and we're just going from there. Go ahead and oops. Come on, Discord. Hey, Major, thanks for the thing. And Sarah, thanks for hanging out. We're about ready to start our session, so pardon me if I don't get to the mics as quick. I'm actually going to switch over my configuration to push to talk so my players don't hear all the fun stuff going on in the background. Settings, voice, video, push to talk. There we go. Corin is beside himself with relief that he is essentially given a chance to make up for all of his mistakes and hopefully gain some favor back from his mom. Well, I appreciate any help you can give me. So, what's the plan?
Before we get to that,
Oh, sure.
you say that you want our help. If that's the case, why are you lying to us about the story you told about what happened to the merchandise?
Shame. I didn't want you to think I was totally incompetent.
Well, it wouldn't really change my opinion of you for starters, because I had no idea that you were a thing, so...
So what
Yeah.
really happened?
I don't know what to tell you about that one. I would talk to your compatriots about the fact they didn't keep up front with you. All I know is that Mom would be pretty happy with me again if we clean this all up.
I think I may have misinterpreted who we are currently speaking to. We're speaking to Corin?
Yes.
So, I believe last week he told us the story that somebody offered to drive him into town and then took all of his stuff.
That's correct.
I realized that to be a lie.
So essentially, the lie was the fact that he thought it was a friend, but he probably didn't think that it was actually a. He probably thought that there was something shady about the guy, but he didn't want to tell you that part.
Oh, I thought that whole section didn't happen at all.
No, it did. He was just trying to make it sound like the person that he hired did that. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Spider Squid.
Okay, fair. Continue.
Something about getting replacement stuff and keeping it in his room.
Yeah, I do have
That's
some.
right. She was or Kestrel was getting ready to go check out the room. That's what was about to happen. I was trying to get caught up in my head as to where we were. I was like, pretty sure we went all this. But yeah, that's where we were going as she was getting ready to go rummage through his stuff. I think.
He's like, well, if you believe me, then follow me.
Wait, wasn't she sneaking off to go do that?
Oh, I thought she was saying it out loud.
No. She snuck off without us knowing last time. Like, nobody
Thanks,
knew.
baby. Oh, yeah.
No one
Sorry.
told me.
All right, let me move your token over there real quick then. All right, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. I know, Spider Script. I will get my emails later.
All right.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell that there's some stuff here. Let me go and grab a chest token real quick.
So he's got stuff, like he's got some of the stuff in here, or like all the shipment in here.
Yeah, he actually has probably 2 solid chests worth of items that will appear to be, what you would consider a sizable shipment.
So I don't see what exactly we have to help this guy with, seeing as how he has all his stuff.
Well, from what he was saying, he only has half of what he needs.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright then. So I'm gonna just take another look through to see if there's any other documents or incriminating evidence, considering the fact that I don't trust this guy at all.
Okay, I'm sorry, so can you rephrase that one more time? I don't think I caught quite all that.
I keep forgetting I switched my push to talk button to a different one because I guess no one can hear me when I use the other one. Right, so I wanted to look through his stuff and see if there's any documents or other incriminating evidence that maybe we shouldn't really be trusting this dude.
Oh no, he is perfectly upfront with you. In fact, you can see that there's a receipt in one of the chests for the iron and copper and some flux and some other crafting materials that are inside the chest.
Okay. There's a part of me that wants to just steal all this shit and use it for my own task, but
Wow.
unfortunately, I do not yet have a bag of holding. Otherwise, I absolutely would. Alright, so since I didn't find any other incriminating stuff, I'll just I'm gonna close everything back up, make it look like I was never there, and just reappear at the table.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Just I guess in the middle of the conversation.
I'm sorry, say that?
That is apparently no longer ongoing.
So we need to recover more of these items, do we not, sir? Do you have the manifest and the checklist of things that we need to recover?
Well, I've got a lot of the raw
What exactly
materials.
do you have right now? Like, trying to figure out the discrepancy here and what we need to do, and what kind of mess you've gotten yourself into to get said items.
Well, I've got the easy stuff. I've got the iron, the copper, and some flux that we usually use, but I'm coming up on a hard bit to secure adamantium.
Sal, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, I hit tab instead of my other key above it.
Please tell me you were just talking to yourself.
I was.
Apparently, I'm not the only one doing it.
So he tells you he's got the copper, he's got the iron, he's got flux, but he's having a hard time coming up with the small amount of adamantium or adamantite that he needs to for a special order back home.
Adamantine. That was a very rare material.
Yes, I know, and we found the only shipment in this area for the last 2 weeks. It was really hard to come by.
What we still need to know is how much you have left to get. Is it just the adamantine, or is it more? And then inversely, how did you acquire said items?
Well, my mom made a deal with a local smith here who happened to get it from a passing caravan. She puts out feelers for things like this and paid him a good chunk of gold, but now I don't know how we would get more of it.
So
Well,
this
I
person,
I'm saying something that may be quite controversial, but wouldn't the easiest way to get more be to, I don't know, take it back from whoever took it?
that is a possible solution. That's what I was getting ready to inquire about, if that's even a possibility. Adamantine is such a rare resource. Where would this person go to fence this? Unless they were using it to make something themselves. I'm certain this is a hooligan. They would not be doing anything with it other than trying to sell it.
Well, if you think that they'd be around here, then I'll be more than happy to look with you.
Well, who took it? Do you know?
Yeah, he was a lizard guy, and his name sounded weird, like an instrument of some sort, something that you would bang with a mallet. I think. I don't know. I'm not good with these sort of things. Last name Phone. I don't know. But he would stick out in a town like this, maybe.
You still haven't
So-
answered my question. How did you get what you have now?
Oh, I made a little bit of money and I took a loan out from Vic.
Is he telling the truth about all of that?
Yeah, go roll me an insight.
That is a natural 20 plus. I think. I don't remember what my insight is. I'm terrible.
You're good. He is absolutely being sincere with you. He whatever money he had left on him, and with whatever he got a loan out from Undead King's financing, he was able to secure at least what he needed for now.
So that's not something that we're going to have to worry about with you then. It's not going to come back towards us.
Well, you heard Lore. I think that was his name, right?
That is my name.
Well, Lore told you they're actually a pretty respectable financial institution. They're not like IEI that just enslaves you.
All right. Well then,
Well, we could figure out how we want to proceed about this. Belzak, if you want to go asking around about this adamantine
I was
or
actually.
this.
Why is there a bear walking up?
Hello, my friends. I've seen that you haven't been served yet. Welcome to dining out at Lucianato. Would you like to have any freshly served cut fish?
I would like a large portion of a lizard person who has a name that sounds like a xylophone or something. Do you have any of that around?
No, but I do have this great thing called sashimi, I think we've called it. It's nicely cut fish that we put a little bit of citrus fruit on. People love it. I figured I'd offer you something since you guys hadn't ordered.
That sounds terrible. I'll take 2.
Dizzying. If you excuse me, I will leave you to your digestion. I will go and seek out what I can, or at least ask questions. if that is okay with the rest of you.
Oh, you're asking our permission now.
Am I the only one who feels as though he's a bit condescending when he refers to our natural biological impulses?
Yeah, I had that same feeling.
You guys are getting offended by robot speak at this point?
Not so much the robot speak, more the condescension, really.
To be fair, I am jealous. It is just something that I have no need for. But it does make me capable of doing other things. You have to pause to be able to take care of your bodies in such a way. I have my own needs as well. But I think at this time it is best that I get on this job. It is my endeavor as well. I'm not trying to... I know I have unintentionally wrangled you all into this mission, so I would try to take as much of it upon myself as I can and let you enjoy the food and merriment of each other's company. Useful and I can go look for who we need to find. This strange lizard with a name that sounds like Drum? I don't know. I'm not good at riddles.
That's fine and all, just don't come looking to me when it's time for your oil change or buffing off rust spots.
I'll keep that in mind. Come along, useful. Bork.
Basically, Lore's in a
I,
spot where he's trying to. He's on a mystery to go find someone who stole the Catman's
Well, I'm
items.
sorry that I drug all of you guys into this, but I'm gonna go help him try and dig ourselves back out of this. Enjoy your meal.
Corin,
And then I'll kind of chase after him.
hold on, I'll come with you.
And what use are you gonna be?
I at least know the face of the guy. Give me at least that credit.
Gotta track him down first.
Yes, but you need to know what he looks like in order to be able to track him down, don't you?
His name sounds like some sort of drum thing. We can kind of work at that. I don't imagine there's a lot of lizard people around.
I feel like
Think you'd be
knowing what
surprised.
somebody looks like is more useful than knowing what their name kind of might maybe be.
Look,
Are you offering
why
to help? Because you can come help if you'd like.
Why don't you just describe him here in great detail, and I'll sort of try to make myself look like him. That way we can all see, and you can correct as necessary.
He kind of goes into a bit of a detail about kind of the skin tone and the shape of the fins, and eventually he gives you kind of a general image of what you're looking for.
And with that, I go further into detail to get the clothes right, and I cast Disguise Self.
Yeah, that's about pretty close from what I remember.
So, everybody sees, everybody knows what we're looking for. That way, if we do end up splitting up and we're not with the one who's actually seen him, then we can all spot him.
Okay.
Problem solved. Then I immediately drop the spell because I feel very uncomfortable looking like the man that we're currently out on manhunt for.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
Sal, before I leave, I go by the bartender, major domo, whatever you want to call him, the maitre d, and I throw him like 4 gold to pay for their meal.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we'll keep your tab open. Anything else, guys?
On a
I've got
mission to
nothing.
find this guy.
What do I have? Alrighty, give me one sec. I'm gonna go check my notes real quick. I think I have it. Market sound plays they grabbed last time. One moment. Oops. All right, so everyone went out, I take it?
Yes, sir.
Eventually.
As soon as you get done with your sashimi.
I assume that I had to finish it off because he probably took 2.5 bites and then was just done. Probably rather disgusted.
The flavor profile was off.
Your
Oh.
flavor profile is off.
Did you actually say that the flavor profile was off on inside the bar?
No, just when we get outside and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you didn't eat any of that."
Okay.
I have a sensitive palate.
That is fair.
All right. So, how are you guys planning on proceeding to find this guy? All right. Thanks, Squib. Appreciate the host and the
That's an excellent question.
subscription. Blah.
I leave that up to the people who will actually see reward from this. Angry Green Man, robot.
Immediately, for the time being, for obvious reasons, I'm gonna try and see if there's anybody that is lizard-esque that looks remotely like what he described.
Quick, look around, see if there's lizard people.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That'd be a 9.
Now, as far as you can tell, the market has a lot of covering in it, and people aren't easy to spot in the situation that you're in. So you're gonna have to move around quite a bit.
Can I look around and see if I see anything matching the description?
Yeah, go ahead. Anyone else who wants to do a perception check, go ahead and do so now.
21.
9, because I can't roll above a 10.
I would leave mine at passive because Linim isn't too invested in this, to be honest.
Neither am I, but I wanted to get over and done with.
I'm going to roll my eyes, and then I'm going to look for the largest concentration of people that I can find.
Okay, so Tatanka, you might have caught something as they were heading southwest towards the edge of the market. Anyone get over a 15 aside from Tatanka?
What's perception?
Yeah.
But
Yes, I
passive
got
is-
a 19.
Okay, and for you, got that one. You might have seen something moving a little bit more towards north of your location.
So, like, straight north?
Yep, straight north from where you are, you see something that out of character that might be worth checking out.
And
I
mine is
will-
southwest.
Yep, it's talking south, saw something towards the southwest.
I will head towards the thing out of character that I see.
I will ask Belzac if he wants to accompany me to see what I saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Tatanka.
Okay, well, go ahead and move your characters in your guys' respectful directions, and then that way I know who's going where.
So I take it it's up towards Bruce Meltzer.
Yep.
Sal, I am looking for a metallurgist.
Okay, that's going to be directly south of the location where the blacksmith is. The poor Corn's like, I think I'll just wait here and see if I could spot the guy.
We should send Corin. No, that's a terrible idea. Corin, you shall come with us,
Oh, okay.
please.
All right, Tonka, what did you see?
I just saw something that didn't seem right. He didn't fit in.
Yes, how can I help you, strangers? Oh, it's you again. I told you once, I don't have any of it.
Have you seen a lizardy guy?
A lizard guy? Off the top of my head.
Wait. Okay, sorry, this is out of character. So, on her roll, she saw something that was out of place, like it just didn't seem right, and that's why she came over here.
She saw something that looked like a lead.
Okay, I am going to cast Charm Person on Rex.
What's my DC?
I'm pulling it up right now. It's a Wisdom saving throw. I'm looking. What do I not see is the DC on it?
8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your intelligence modifier.
So that'd be 10? 11.
11.
11.
Wow. All right, it's gonna be that kind of night. Yeah, he's charmed.
So, sir, since we seem to be getting along so well, I'm just wondering if there's anything kind of like weird or shifty going on around here?
He's a bit elusive. He's like, well, yeah, there's talk of someone peddling some rare metals, but I've been trying to get my hands on what this guy was. I just saw this guy. Maybe try double my profits. Don't know why I told you that, but he seemed like an alright guy.
Thank you. I'll try to do what I can. Do you happen to know what he looked like?
Oh, scaly, got some orange fins, about tall as the robot thing over the Warforge over there.
And how long ago did you see him?
Oh, about, I don't know, sun was just a little bit more to the east, probably about a good click or two to the east. So about 10 to 15 minutes.
Which way did he go?
No, I reckon he's probably heading to a vendor up in just a couple tents north of where we are right now.
Why was he here?
Oh, he was trying to see about feeler about selling me some rare metal.
And you didn't want to buy them.
He was asking for too much.
How
I
much?
see.
He wanted 2,000 for the pound. I told him he was crazy.
That's fair. Well, good sir. I thank you for your time. If we happen to need your assistance, I'll definitely be by again. And I will go. Well, I will basically discuss. So, what do you guys think? Like, does that seem to line up with what you guys think? Isn't that kind of where everybody else went?
Yeah, I guess we could go meet up with them and see if they've seen anything.
It just seems as though we should check every vendor around here. That seems like 2,000 gold seems like a lot for any of these vendors to have at any given time. But then again, I don't know the metal of this town.
Well, let's go follow this lead and see what we get.
All right, while you guys are doing that, we'll check on the other half of the group. As you guys approach the tent, you see a poster come up about the mayhem and signups. Gentleman is like, "Welcome. My name is Bruce Meltzer, and I'm gonna make you a star."
That's fine. I'm already one. Thanks. What kind of star are you trying to make me?
The next superstar of what we call sports entertainment.
That sounds amazingly like not something I'm good at. What are you talking about?
Well, you know about Coliseum fights, right?
I know that there's a Coliseum right here, apparently.
Well, take the violence, but add a little story. And then you don't kill anyone to keep the crowd invested. And once you do that, they keep coming back weekly and you make some profit off of it. And it keeps the men, the women, especially the children involved. You can make so much gold that you can retire at a young age.
That's a thing, certainly. What do you two think?
This is not a thing where I'm from.
There's
I'm very much not interested, but I do not want to speak out of turn as to look down on someone else's culture.
Go ahead and all of you roll me just a perception check.
a natural 19 for a 23.
29 with a nat 20.
20, but not a nat 20.
God, I feel bad for making you roll those. You use up all your rolls tonight. You get taken aback at first because of because you're perceived, but as soon as you focus on him, you could tell that this guy's channeling some fierce energy within him. He's actually Aasimar.
Cool.
But you notice that instead of a golden halo or any other majestic lights, his is actually kind of a neutral gray, dark blue color.
Okay. To Lunam, that seems like a lot of this guy's business and not mine, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
So, what is it that you are asking of us? You seem to be peddling something. What are you peddling?
We need more people, son. You gotta understand that we need bodies for this thing. We need 30 individuals to keep the crowd riled. The bigger the event, the more unique folks, and you three look very unique. You guys could sell me some merchandise.
Well, unique? Yes, definitely. But from what you're saying about going into coliseums and basically bashing people's heads open, that's not really some of our bags.
See, fighting for, based on orders or for wealth or just to bask in the blood of my enemies, all excellent choices. But just because people are cheering, it seems a little shallow.
But don't you understand? There's also gold involved. Winner of the mayhem walks away with 1,000 gold. The second place runs away with 500 gold.
But there's no actual killing, so what's the point?
The point is, we run with a story, and that story draws the people in, and they're willing to spend good money to come back to see what happens. Don't you get it? It's what gets people invested, and that
So if it's all based on a story, doesn't it mean it's fake?
No, the results are real. We just try to keep the rivalries fresh by just switching up the card, by having people take on other people. The action's
So
real.
what happens when the person who's extraordinarily unpopular with the fans is the one who's constantly winning? Wouldn't that make you less money? So
No,
wouldn't you then stop taking fights?
No, because then what ends up happening is that the person who the people actually do like, after having lost several times in a row, is able to rally and train and learn what he needs to do in order to come back and win the crowd over again. Like, I've seen it. I've heard of this sort of story. These are the sort of stories we tell, back where we're from.
Yes, of course, but those are things.
Well, if that doesn't get you, then how about this? Winner of the Mayhem gets to go to the VIP section, and they say that only the special VIPs can access a certain archive. Apparently, this Coliseum was built by one and the only Nerdy. Apparently, there's information that's only resolved in here that can't be moved. Sorry, you're breaking up again there, Kestrel.
Still could make that out.
Well, it's yes, you probably should have opened with that. This has something to do with there's something with the contest here, eh?
Well, the gold gets people here. It's 1,000 gold, and all you have to do is just be the last man standing.
Is this a group event?
That's mad, because as far as I can see, I see a woman, a bird, and a fox.
It's a figure of speech. No, we don't get a lot of women who enter this one. In fact, we're a little lacking in that department. But who knows? You might actually get the female fans to rally behind you.
Not sure how much I like a lot of this. The entertainer in me is a bit intrigued, but the whole concept of, frankly, getting my face bashed in is not certainly appealing to me.
Is this like each person for themselves event?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about this event, is that all you really have to do is just launch the person off the top rope. Aside from that, there are no rules. You could team up, you can, encourage your folks on the inside. The only thing is there's no weapons and no offensive magic. Aside from that, it's pretty much a free-for-all.
So what I'll say is that
It's a free for all where you can absolutely do whatever you want, except for you can't do anything that you can do. And if you are a certain person who is amenable to pugilism, then you certainly would have an advantage. And all of our ilk, not so much. So I'm sure, but not sure how much we'd be able to do. So
not for us, probably.
it's a nice try.
Things and I can't set things on fire.
It's a nice try. Pitch needs a little bit of work, though.
Well, if you have friends that are interested, send them my way.
We'll be sure to do that. Oh, one last thing. Have you seen this man running about?
Oh, a lizard man? Yeah. He just went a little bit west. I tried to encourage him to invent. I mean, he had big, powerful shoulders. Could make a really interesting character for us, but he declined.
Excellent.
Sorry, I meant to say east.
To the east, which do you happen to know, like, around where?
Well, from what I understand, he was going to try to mess with maybe some sort of inscriptionist, maybe trying to say about something about sending a letter, but all secret like.
Wonderful. Ta-ta.
Well, I wanted to call him the Gator, but I think he preferred his name like xylophone, I want to say. It sounded weird, so I didn't quite believe him.
Sorry, you wanted to call him Gator.
It sounded powerful, right? Like something the crowd could chant. Gator, Gator.
Look, having had a crowd shout something very similar to me before, I'm not so sure I'm a fan.
A little bit. Okay.
Well, it's Thank you for your assistance. Can you try to get more melee friendly points that situation? Or is it that
Beast.
Okay. And you're off. All right. Let's see where the heck did Tatanka and the rest of the other crew go? Okay. Go ahead and move you guys over yonder. So you guys make it over to the other side.
Did you mess up?
What's that?
Because you told us that it was up a couple, like.
Oh yeah, you guys were
Not
gonna go up.
over.
Yeah, sorry, got confused. Yeah, so you guys basically went back. You guys just saw the other group start working the other way. Ah, more people. Are you here to enter the mayhem and win some gold?
Oh, we like gold.
Mayhem. We like mayhem.
Perfect. All right. So the rules are simple. All you have to do is launch the person over the top rope. Both feet gotta land, and that's it. Be the last one standing. Aside from that, winner walks away with 1,000 gold. Second place runs away with 500. And bonus, you get to go to a special VIP section.
What is how tall is this rope?
Oh, not too high. Probably I'd say about 5.5 feet above the ground.
Well, surely there's some device I can make to help with projecting people over this rope. How much time do we have?
No, son, you don't understand. You have to physically move them with your arms or legs. You gotta pull them over the rope. You just can't launch them. It takes the sport out of it.
Did he call me his son? Does he know I'm a construct?
In order, yes and no.
You say just have to drag them over this rope, but this rope is almost twice as tall as I am.
Have you ever just took a bale of hay and just throw it over your shoulder? Have you ever just took a sack of potatoes and just kind of throw it over just with a little heave-ho? Most competitors probably are just around that way, if not twice the amount.
I'm gonna kind of laugh to myself and be like, hey.
I don't get it.
That was to myself, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Can we use...
What is this VIP
weapons?
section? I'm sorry, Tatanka.
That's okay, Lore. I was just asking if we could use weapons in this quest.
Nah, there's no weapons. We want to keep people alive. But you can't take in anything you see fit to help you out. If you want to cast some enhancement spells, or if you want to take in a potion or two, that's fine. But it's all fisticuffs.
Oh, so we can enhance our performance.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure that you aren't doing anything like putting spikes on your arm or anything like that. But if you just want to give yourself a little bit more of a boost, or if you want to, make yourself a little taller, that's fine.
1,000 gold is a lot of money, it seems like, does it not, Belzak? We could buy everybody suits of full plate or half plate, as we were thinking about if we go back to town.
Yeah, but it's a lot of money.
What is this VIP section you speak of?
Oh,
Yeah.
the VIP section apparently has a set of tomes that aren't in the archives. They were written by Nerdy.
Wait, tomes?
Yes.
The tomes written by Nerdy.
Yes, apparently they won't be able to be moved out of the room. That's why they never made it to the archives. Yeah.
I sign up. I will sign up. My name is Lore.
Perfect,
Whoa,
Lord.
whoa, whoa, Lore. Can we
What?
do this as a group?
Let me explain the rules.
Hold up, bud. Sorry. Lore, last time we went off on a tangent, you've apparently disgruntled everybody. we should probably discuss this first.
This is what we're here. Is this not our mandate?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm saying we should probably discuss this with everybody first.
This is a political matter, you're saying?
Yeah, let's just try and appease the tall smarty pants and the Birdman.
I don't know
Again,
who to say.
it's not a denial. It's not that I just don't want to ruffle any more feathers, if you will.
Will not.
Got him.
I get it.
All right. Well, Mr. Meltzer, is that what they called you? You said your name was?
Yes, indeed.
Put me down for a soft yes, but I will not put my name. I will not inscribe my name. As of yet, we have words with the rest of our party. I guess we came over here. We are seeking a lizard person.
You know, you're the second person who came over here talking about a lizard. Man, I wish I could get that gator in here. Grab the cloud freezer. He just,
Did you happen to catch where he might be going?
yeah, he just points to where the rest of the group went.
No.
Would you-
When you were talking to him, did you hear anything or that might have indicated where he might be going?
Yeah,
Not just the direction that he took off in.
well, he was just asking if I was interested in buying anything since I'm a promoter, but I have no use for special medals.
He wasn't interested in the fight, though.
Nah, I wish he did.
Okay. Well, really quick while I have you here then. Do you happen to know where there may be people that would be interested in that? Besides, clearly, like the blacksmith.
Well, it being a magic item, or magic metal from what I've been told from other people, you might want to check with maybe someone who messes with magical devices. They're always looking for special components like that. They're kind of in the middle of the marketplace. Oh, I'd say somewhere between the sword vendor and the leather worker. He just kind of points you towards the south, a little bit east, a little slightly south.
Thank you, sir. We will probably be back.
Anytime.
And I'll start walking towards the rest of the group.
I start walking really excitedly. Like I'm excited construct person now.
I'm still just running my little legs off trying to keep up with these two.
It's so funny how we split into groups that one was so uninterested by this and the other was so excited.
Oh man, it's good times.
It does feel like like we should have gone in opposite directions.
All right, so you guys managed to get a good distance and get a different angle. Go ahead and all of you roll me a perception check again.
23 again.
19.
19.
20 total.
Yes.
Or sorry, 18.
All right, anyone with a 20 or over, you see what appears to be a lizard in the middle of the market, trying to peddle something off to another weaponsmith.
I'll
So-
point
Oh.
it out to the group.
Lizard man.
Who saw? Anybody see in our group by chance?
I rolled a 20. 22.
Oh, okay.
What do you call it? Luno said that he pointed it out to the rest of us, right? The other
I
group.
do.
Okay. So I was the only one who didn't see it over here. Alright. Before you approach him, give me a moment. And if possible, I would like to circle around to ensure that he can't just run off and escape if we approach.
That's kind of funny, actually. Did you say anything to us, Lore, or are you still dancing around like a
No, I
little girl?
no, I point over there. I say lizard person. Let's go.
Okay.
Did I send you?
Actually, I was going to do a kind of a flanking maneuver around the side as well. Not necessarily like this, but kind of like around the backside over here so he can't take off.
Yeah. So I was going to do the same.
I'm just
Assuming that they're also walking towards him.
Fair enough. I'm gonna have him do a quick perception check to see if he sees anyone closing out on him.
Yeah, but he's being closed in on from 4 directions.
Because I would have attempted to be all not seen. What I do.
Oops.
Can I help with stealth checks by like?
Existing.
Yes, pretty much.
But just
I
be
want to
right on the opposite side.
Try and help them, like, well, Kestrel, who I'm aware of. Just sort of trying to like, excuse me. Bard coming through. Big old dancing.
He before you guys can close into 30 feet, he kind of catches that someone's looking directly at him. He's like, "Oh no!" So he sees all of you. He kind of just waits in place, waiting for whoever's gonna make the first move. Hey,
Greetings, my good
thanks for the raid
friend.
there, Naz.
My name is August, and you may not have heard of me yet, but you will. Don't you worry. I have a compatriot of mine who believes that you have some.
He starts running as soon as he can.
I am.
As soon as he is within, as soon as I get within 10 feet of him, I'm going to use my action to do a thing. Hold on one second. I'm going to use my Fey Presence. Once for short rest as an action, cause each creature within a 10-foot cube of me to make a Wisdom saving throw, or become charmed or frightened by you. And I'm gonna go with frightened. Wisdom 14.
So he's running with purpose.
Yeah, he's running with purpose. He's like, "Nope."
Okay. Well then, I'm going to see if he can outpace my flying speed of 50 feet.
That's definitely not happening. Damning's fun tonight.
As soon as I see him start to run, I'm going to cast Misty Step and try to land, like, on top of him.
And Ludum had the idea of casting sleep, and I really like the idea of everybody being in the same place and they all fall asleep. Or none of them. Or the wrong person falls asleep because they're all of a sudden in the same place.
I am going to be, like, flying over him, and I am kind of on board with being a part of this.
All right.
I'm obviously just hoofing it as fast as I can.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
5d8 worth of health
At
dice.
32, it will make people with 32 hit points fall asleep, or like a total of.
Which one of you two has the least health?
Probably
Almost
her.
certainly me. I have the least health in the entire group, I imagine.
Like if you have less than you're asleep and not.
Starting with the creature with the lowest current hit points.
So I cast Misty Step to land on top of the fellow, and in midair, I apparently am falling unconscious. And go plowing into him if he doesn't dodge.
Oh god. Yeah, let me make him a legs check real quick.
Okay,
The only
oops.
reason this even occurred to me is because I know there are rules for landing on top of people now. Falling.
Yeah, he just Olympic hurdles over you as he's in movement. Alright, anyone else got a reaction for this guy keeps bolting?
Okay. Tasha's hideous laughter.
The classic.
Wisdom 14.
Fails.
11. Yes.
I expect the kids at home what that spell does.
Creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything is hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter as the spell affects it. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration of 1 minute.
In fairness, I do not need a spell to find the whole situation hilarious with the, cleric putting the mage or the wizard to sleep after the wizard attempts to teleport on top of the fleeing lizard man. I find that deeply funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, he just drops to the ground, grabbing his. So he's like, all right, you got me. Enough of the laughing. It hurts too much.
I will keep him laughing for the full minute while everybody else catches up.
And I'm just going to snore.
If it seems like she's peacefully sleeping, I will wake her up. Otherwise, I will.
While he's laughing, I will pull out my spear and just kind of keep it hovering above him for the time being. Not necessarily in a hostile manner, but just to kind of keep him subdued.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, he's just laughing and chuckling. He's like, who are you? Oh no, it's the cat person.
Hello, friend. So now, let us have that conversation that we were going to have before you so rudely interrupted.
Quick question. Looking around, is there any place that doesn't look like extremely public? Because we kind of just had a public display, and I don't want to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, there's.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
If you
yeah,
would
there's
like to-
tables.
If you would like to handle that, I'll handle the public.
By all means.
Okay, so they're all heading off with a xylophone in
Is
tow.
someone carrying my unconscious body?
It's only a minute if I kept the duration of the full laughing thing.
Oh, it was the sleep spell. She's on sleep spell.
It's also a minute.
Yeah, it only lasts for
Oh.
1 minute.
Oh, okay,
So,
never mind.
all right. So if everybody else is going off and doing that, I'm going to. There's probably a crowd of gawkers. Yes.
Oh yeah, they're like, some of them are laughing at things. They're, the couple of people are questioning if they should call the guards at this point.
I am going to pull my lute out and strum a chord and cast dancing lights so that I have lights, the green and silver lights dancing around me again, and call out to the crowd. Attention all! You may not have heard of me yet, but you will. My name is August the Resplendent, and I am going to be one of the big things in this city. Just you wait. And I'm going to go on in this vein, and I'm going to use one of my new abilities called Mantle of Inspiration. Not that, enthralling performance. I can choose up to 4 creatures who watch and listen to me perform for 1 minute. Each target makes a wisdom saving throw and is charmed if it fails for 1 hour. And like I haven't pulled up. While charmed in this way, they idolize me and speak glowingly of me to anyone who talks to it, and it hinders anyone who opposes me, although it avoids violence unless it was already inclined to fight on your behalf. So, it basically is going to make at least 4 of these people, revere me.
They're going to become stands.
Yeah, they're going to stand Argus. Well, 3 of them will anyway.
Yeah, 3 of them do. One was like, he's okay, but.
But I'm just really what I'm trying to do is get everybody's attention on me and just be like, so my friends and I had a chap that we needed to talk to. We didn't mean to cause a scene, but it is just a preview of the greatness that is going to be coming. Just you wait. And I'm going to start flying and hovering while I'm playing and just making a big spectacle of it.
Go ahead and roll my performance check with advantage.
Excellent. All right, let's see if we can beat that. That's a 5. That's not going to beat it. So that would be a 25.
Yeah, the crowd, the few people in the crowd that you got on your side start hyping you up a little bit more, and they're like, yeah, this guy's amazing. And, the rest of the crowd starts getting into it, and they start shelling out, a couple of people throw out silver onto the floor, and so you can collect about 20 silver out of it.
All right. Tell your friends. Tell everyone you know. Just wait. August is going to be the next big thing.
Alrighty. Well, that's going on. All right. The rest of the group is now getting ready to interrogate this poor lizard guy, Xylophone. Yes, what do you want with me?
All right, Lunan. Don't want to piss you off here. Got any objections with me possibly getting a little rough? I'm just coming out straightforward with it. I kind of want him to
I
catch the
would
hint.
have objections if you didn't. The bastard jumped over my unconscious body, from what I was told.
Good enough.
Whatever. Embrace the madness.
All right, and this point in time, I'm gonna pin him kind of up against a wall and be like, "You've been trying to sell something that is not yours. Where the fuck is it?"
Roll me a intimidation check.
Finally. That would be a 15.
Oh yeah, he's like, all right, easy there. Obviously, you don't mind roughing up people.
Not when they cause me problems, and I've had it up to here with today, so let's just get this over with.
He just kind of reaches into his back satchel. He's like, here, this is what you're probably looking for, right?
I'm gonna kind of look over at Corin and kind of wait for confirmation.
Corin takes the satchel, looks at it. He's like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
Is that all of it, or just the fancy stuff?
Oh, that's all the rare metals I was missing out on.
Didn't he run off with your entire shipment?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, specifically, not just the rare metals, all of it, because he took the whole shipment.
Feels as though he should be paying off your loan then.
The xylophone kind of growls and he pulls out a satchel of gold. It's like, here, it's what the street value is. Corin takes the pay. It's like, hey, I can finally leave this town.
We'll discuss this more later, Corin.
Hey, Trash Gremlins! Trash Gremlins, thank you so much for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, York. Oh, guys, thanks for the follows. I appreciate it.
Let's hold off on that for now. Are we done with Xylophone?
No, I'm talking to Xylophone, not the.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I misinterpreted.
Sorry, my.
I suppose we could get the guard involved. What was that?
Sorry, I just got rated on stream, so my things are going kind of haywire at the moment. So bear with me for a sec.
He's very happy about Trash Gremlins. Holy
Well,
moly.
I think there's some. I think that there's some punishment that fits the crime, does it not?
You sound like you have an idea.
Well, in my mind, I would like to be able to help out the gentleman we were talking to before. He seemed like he was not very interested in entering this contest.
He looks at you. He's like,
I'm picking up what you're throwing.
oh no.
I feel like that's a fair trade-off at this point.
Well, he would have a chance to make some money. Did you see how much money it was? Money for nothing, sir. Just for your service in the ring.
And what is my cost? I win, you get my gold?
Oh, I never said that.
Oh,
I mean, yes.
Okay, I don't understand exactly what's going on because it seems like we're helping him instead of him paying us off to not.
No.
force him
No.
to
No. No.
buy.
No. 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 Okay.
Unless we're taking all of his winnings.
Yes,
In which case
yes.
I'm entirely on board.
Yes.
Yes.
So his options are currently, he's now handled giving us what Corin needs. He's paying off Corin's debt, and he's gonna enter the arena. And if he wins, we get all of his spoils. Otherwise, we turn him into the guard for thievery. And at that point in time, it's his problem, not ours.
Do we not already have what we need from this person?
Well, he's
As
a criminal.
Kestrel
And he
said,
should be
we
punished.
went through a lot of work to get to him.
You also put to sleep somebody, so
That's fine.
I do feel as though I should be, reimbursed for the dirt and the trauma and the utter embarrassment.
All right, I will fight on your behalf, and you may take my winnings if it means getting off without doing anything. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate that.
Is anybody watching this group of, 6 people surrounding this lad?
No, they were all
Like guards,
distracted by
maybe?
the bards shouting in the center of the street and playing music and flying around.
that was the point.
I understand that was the point. I just want to make sure that it was successful.
Oh yeah, he got the crowd riled up to the point where they're cheering for an encore from Argus, and they don't even bother looking your general direction.
Okay.
Kestrel,
Yes.
I did a thing.
What did you do?
Oh, I was just having a moment, and things were going well, and I was kind of riding, the feeling, and it was just
Spit it out. What did you do?
I signed up for the Coliseum.
Yeah!
Fuck.
Wait, what?
Yes, after the whole thing happened, I went and I talked to the gentleman, and I threw my name in there because I was making a name for myself, and I had to. So, yeah, I signed up for the thing.
I'm
Why
gonna
did you do this to me, August?
stare baffled at Argus actually entering under the terms.
I don't know why. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but
I'm just gonna walk over, next to Argus and, elbow him a little bit and give him, a really evil, shy grin.
So we're all in agreement then. We should probably partake in this event.
No bloody choice now.
I mean, I didn't want to dive into anything ahead of time, but yeah, we can all participate. Worst comes to worst, you can always get your what's the word I'm looking for? Get your revenge on getting all dirty and knocked out.
I will say that was my fault and not his.
Well, she wouldn't have been put to sleep if he didn't run.
Really, this whole
Interesting sense of
situation
justice.
starts with him taking all of Corin's stuff. So if he hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have had to find him. Kestrel wouldn't have been embarrassed. Really, all comes back to him, and we should just
It
give him
all
this ring
really
and fight.
comes back to if Belzac and Law had spoken to his mother and gotten the job in the first place.
well, none of this would have happened if you hadn't made us get on that boat.
It would not have happened if you hadn't created the form of business.
Your logic trains are truly dizzying.
Well, I suppose since we, as the judge, jury, and sentencer, have decided, then it must be so.
Do I sense a sort of condescending tone or anything out of that?
Yes.
Oh, and so What would you suggest we do then?
You do what you like. I
No, that's
suppose.
not what I'm asking.
I don't see much point to forcing him to compete in this for us, particularly since we're already doing so, and he's already agreed to undo what he's done. If I understand correctly.
Well, At the time, we had not made that decision yet, to be fair, Lumen.
Well, he's paid off the.
You're cutting out really bad, Kestrel.
Yeah, I missed, I believe, all of that, unfortunately.
I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, I can't even hear you, Kestrel.
It's all happening.
at all.
I'm barely catching whispers on you, unfortunately.
Yeah, not trying to be a pain. It's just we can't hear you. I'm sorry.
So with our friend here, Mr. Corin, the amount of money that he took out from the undead fellow would not only be more, but with interest that he has to pay. It would be a great sum of money that we would have to deal with. And if Mr. Lizard Person wins the thing, Mr. Phone, I'm so sorry. Then he could help to pay back some of the costs for the other person's property that he nicked.
Ah, you see, what I understood is that we were blackmailing him into competing and then giving us his winnings as only cash for us and not for Corin.
Don't say that. That is an ugly word. Use extortion. The X makes it sound cool.
That's a good point.
Anyways, I think at this point it'd be prudent to see if we can pay off these debtors and see what is left on your bill. And we can do that now, my friend. And we should go directly.
Before we get too far into this, do we want to try and get Mr. Phone here registered?
So we are then committing to the extortion plan, is my understanding.
I'm asking.
It just sets
I just
bit of
wanted to have
Go
him
ahead.
entered into the competition. I figured the justice would be that he would have to fight other people that he would not normally want to do out of cowardice.
Alright, you know what? This is dragging on.
continue.
So did you guys want to talk to Vic then about the dead, or go straight to go Bruce?
I don't want to talk about my character's motivation over what I'm doing, but I would like to take him directly to Vic.
DC. Sorry.
Yeah, let's just go to Vic.
All right, to the skeleton. As you approach, Vic, counts the coins and uses an abacus to, kind of count. He looks, it's like, "Ah, you're back. Here's the
We've been
payment."
working on some issues, so hopefully we can get this resolved for you.
Well, what do we have here? Oh, excellent. You only have 200 gold left. But
Are you talking to everybody? Because we can't hear
oh,
anything.
sorry. Forgot to hit the button again. Well, isn't it, Corin? Oh, with a payment, I see. Oh, with this amount, you only have 200 gold left. But at least you can leave the city now. I know you're good for it.
Unless your
So-
gentle heart would like to pitch the rest of this forward, Ludum.
No, we're extortionists now. Sign him up.
That's the spirit.
Well, should Corin not
Or
have to pay
should
his
we
fair
extort
share?
Vic?
Extort Vic.
Yes.
Are we saying this aloud? Please tell me
Yes,
we're saying this
I
aloud.
am saying this aloud. If we're just decide, we continue. We'll sign him up since he has some interest left to pay.
Wait, why are we extorting Vic? I'm confused.
It was a satirical suggestion,
Oh, okay.
since that's what we do now.
Sorry,
It seems like our friend here is upset about how we are going about business. Let me be perfectly clear. I made a suggestion out of humor and justice. I believe the justice in this point is that our friend Corin here can come up with the 200 gold on himself. He did make a mistake. It is on him to be able to pay that part. We were able to correct things, and we were able to move on with what we need to do. Technically, this whole situation is resolved, I believe, at this point.
I
But that is
agree.
my feeling about it.
Well, this one though still gets off easy. So if we're not going to extort him, we should be turning him into the city guard.
Or we can put him in a ring where you can throw him over a ring and embarrass him in front of people. Before or after, maybe you pummel him with your fist to his face.
Not really seeing how that's beneficial to us.
Well, from the bloodthirst in the party that I've seen, it seemed like a reasonable activity. Maybe I was wrong, and maybe I've misread some of your intentions and the things that you have said. Once again, I'm just making ideas off of observations that I've made.
Don't get me wrong, if we found him out in the wild and he swung a sword at my head, I would be glad to remove his head from his shoulders. But I don't see a point for doing so without, like, a reason.
Well, that's good to know.
Any business in front of Vic, or you guys want to keep moving along?
I don't honestly care.
At this point, I really do want to sign up, and if those spots go away, I'm going to be very upset. I really want to be in this VIP room. I really want to get to these archives. This is important. This is what our quest is about, is it not?
It is, and I feel like that is a very important step because obviously they contain some important information.
Unless we all think that our friend Argus is going to take it all on by himself. Cheers to you if you were able to do so, Argus.
I can do it.
No, I'm already signing up. I have no choice because I'm supposed to be protecting him.
Okay. So, I guess at this point, are we considering the situation resolved?
I am fine with the situation with Corin, at least for my part. And since this is what I came here to do,
I'm asking
We-
everybody. This is
of course.
like
If we're not doing anything else, we should just turn him into the guard.
well, that's what I'm asking. I actually have some plans, but I need to know what we're doing from here because I'm not just going to act on my own.
It's your quest. Do as you please.
Agreed.
Well, buddy, it looks like you're getting off the hook. Would somebody want to take him to the guard, though? Because I'm not fancy for that. I like to try and avoid them if I can.
August, you've made a lot of friends in town. Come on.
All right, here we go. Come with me.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Follow him.
And I'm going to start walking with Lore, because it sounds like he wants to go this way. I'll kind of wave him towards, and we'll start walking towards the arena. But as we're walking, I also want to kind of grab Corin and talk to him as we walk.
Sure. Go ahead and grab him and go and move. And Kestrel and Argus, you don't have to move too far. You know, there's a guard patrolling the area. You inform the situation, and he takes Xylophone into custody.
All right, Corn.
Also, you
Since-
have a stupid name. Alright, I'm done.
All right.
I just need
That was good.
one thing from you. I feel like we've helped you way more than we probably should have, but that's okay.
Yeah, sure,
What
name
I
it.
need from you is some way to prove that we were the ones that helped you out.
He digs through his pockets and he finds a little wooden carving of a hammer. So it's a nice, smooth, rounded hammer. It's like, well, Mom gives us this every Christmas, or not Christmas, every winter solstice, and you know she only gives them to family. So you can show this as proof that you helped out.
Alrighty. Well, so what you're saying is that if I turn this into your mom, that she will recognize that we were the ones that helped you, regardless of anything else that happens.
I'll also send word to her, but the hammer's probably a nice trick in case the bird gets eaten or something. Happens once in a while.
I'm confused. Why should you be sending word to her? Should you not be taking these things with you to her?
Oh, I will, but I might want to let her know that things are iffy in case she sends another party.
What do you mean
Okay.
by you will? You are going to do this as soon as possible, are you not?
Yeah, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go right now.
Do
You have
I
another
any
wagon?
Sort of like lies or anything? Does it seem sketchy?
You can roll an insight check if you like.
I certainly would. And that is not bad. So I need to make sure.
I
That'd be
fail
only
miserably.
16.
19.
You could tell that he's kind of looking like he's gonna procrastinate on this just a bit. You know he's gonna do it, but you know he's not gonna do it right now.
All right, I'm gonna do the whole, not really intimidate, but just kind of like pressure him by putting him in like the buddy headlock. It would be like, listen, bud, we just went through a lot of crap for not a lot from us. Just to make sure that you can get back. The least you could do is honor that.
All right. I'll go and get my caravan going, and we'll take off. I was able to secure a horse and a carriage yesterday before you guys arrived, so now I'll just make my way back. Should only take me 3 or 4 days.
And sorry, this is a separate question. So at this point in time, he has everything that he lost, plus what he purchased, and he's 200 gold in debt. That's where he stands, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was just making a note for that for later. So, I'll pat him on the back and say, like, well, as long as everything goes well, assuming, we will probably see you later. Be careful, there are some spiders along the way back. Don't veer off the trail too far.
He kind of gets wide-eyed. Oh no, they're still there?
Not positive. It's more
There
of a
are
caution.
significantly less of them if they are.
He starts scampering off. It looks like he wants to hurry up and get going before he loses any more daylight.
That's better. At this point in time, would they have finished up what they were doing?
Yeah, it doesn't take too long for them to get going with the local law enforcement in the area.
Okay. Well, as we're walking, then I will go ahead and wait just a little bit past. So here, the map is like super zoomed in. All right. So I will stop to like right here, waiting for them.
Okay.
I'm assuming
So,
Lord came
back
with
the
too.
rest of the group then?
Yeah, go ahead and get you guys all reunited.
I feel like that went well.
All right, we've dropped off our new friend with the local constabulary.
Much appreciated, sir. Also, what the hell? You get mad at me for not asking, and then you're like, I'm gonna fight in this tournament.
Sorry, I was just riding the moment. Everyone
Remember that
was
next
cheering
time.
at me and carrying me on their shoulders, and this guy was talking about fame and glory, and I have a crowd now, so
This
Well-
was probably my fault. fault since I had left him alone for a moment.
Yes, yes, don't you see? It's Kestrel's fault.
Yes, of course it is.
Well, I'm just gonna make my point now. If you're gonna berate me for doing things without discussing with the group, don't do things without discussing with the group.
That's probably fair.
Now,
It is a rational and logical argument to make, and that definitely sounds like a thing I'm going to heed.
now, I held off on us signing up for this because I wanted to discuss and make sure we weren't doing anything else. Cough, cough. So I'm assuming at this point now we're committing to doing this tournament. This is to everybody.
I imagine so.
Yes,
Lord?
we need. Yes. We need to do this.
Would you like to do the honors? I know you're very excitable, which is weird to say, but I'm gonna kind of mosey in behind him.
Bruce is like, "You're back. Does this mean you're gonna enter the Monarch's mayhem?"
Yes. I would like to do that. My name is Lore, and this is my pet, Useful. He is my mascot.
No, he's not a mascot. He's like a seeing eye dog for a not blind guy, if that makes sense.
Perfect. We can work with that. We'll make you a gem, and you're gonna be a superstar for me in this company. Well, when I take over this company, but you're gonna be a superstar, Laura. You and Useful. I can already tell. Got magic here.
Sure. Is there something I should sign?
He pulls out a ledger and hands you a quill that's already inked. He's like, "Sign right underneath the line."
Ooh. I've never signed for anything. I signed this.
All right, everyone else signing up then.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but before I sign up, I'm gonna ask him: is there anything? You said there was a VIP room, correct?
Oh yes, there's a VIP room that for either the champion of the AWF or the Monarch Mayhem winner. You get to go back and enjoy all the spoils of the contests. Create a nerdy. There's portraits. There's books. It's a one-of-a-kind experience, son.
Yes. Less about the glamour, more about the details. I want to know specifically what all's in there. Like you said, there's an archive. Like, is that all that's in there? Just like a bunch of books, or what's in there?
No one knows. I've not even been back there. Only you have to win by trial, and the only way to prove your worth is either win the mayhem or being the champ. And the champ has not told anyone what's back. Then the last mayhem winner, well, they're sealed their lips too.
So, who's this champ fellow?
Well, everyone here just calls him the Rattlesnake. Toughest son of a bitch you'll ever meet.
I find that hard to believe.
He once stomped a mud hole and then walked it dry. You know how hard you have to do that?
I'm just gonna roll my eyes. All right, where's the sign-up sheet?
He hands you the ink. You see that there's a spot underneath Lore's name that you can sign on.
Okay, I'm gonna sign, but I'm gonna sign under. Ooh. I'm gonna sign as Hulk.
All right. All right. Anyone else gonna have a discussion with Bruce, or you guys just all gonna sign?
I'm just gonna take it to sign and look at Belzak like he is insane. Just kind of shake my head and then sign my name.
I just do the exact same thing as Tonka.
I'm just gonna shrug.
Sir, can I buy tickets here?
You're not looking to compete?
Not particularly, but I'd be interested in watching from right up front.
Oh, well, yeah, not a problem. Since you have so many friends here, we'll just give you one for free. Since you did us a solid and got us so many competitors.
Of course, this was my doing for sure. They would not be here without me.
And it was certainly not because a certain little idiot decided to sign up alone.
I'm gonna be looking at Lunum very judgingly.
I'll keep a close eye on the festivities.
You're looking at a person who could get. I'm a person who could get blown over by a stiff wind, and I'm signing up. You're not going to join the rest of us.
I'll look over to. Sorry, what's his name? I actually have to reconnect to the server because I got disconnected.
Oh, sorry.
Can I just switch names? Can I?
Yeah, his name's Bruce.
Bruce. I don't necessarily. I'm sorry to say this, Bruce, but I don't necessarily think that everything will be on the up and up. And I think it would be helpful to just look over things from nearby.
Of course. We take safety really carefully, so if you feel like you have to observe the situation, we understand.
See if anybody else in the audience is trying to pull some trickery.
Not a problem. In fact, I'll take you inside to show you around a little bit so you can see what's going on.
Why, thank you.
Alright, any other shenanigans before I take you guys into the arena? No? Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm going to copy all your guys' tokens real quick.
I think when I had to reconnect, I got separated because I had to actually use a different name because the previous one was connected. It said.
Oh,
so
strange.
I'm in the bar. Also, when it was being originally described, I don't think I followed exactly what the rules were. Is it you just have to fight somebody and throw them out of the ring? Well, everybody rather?
I'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
Alright, everyone see the map now?
No, it's all black.
Loading
currently.
11 of 12 cached.
Same.
Ta-da.
Oh, yes, there it is.
I'm in.
Alright, we all good now?
Yes.
As you guys enter the arena, you can feel an odd sensation as you walk in, and a huge gust of wind kicks up and rattles your faces a little bit. As you enter, you can definitely tell that there's some interesting things going on here. Any spellcasters would like, you can go ahead and roll an arcane check.
This will be gangbusters.
19.
Oof.
Oof is right.
All right, anyone with a 15 or over, you notice that that you're in an anti-magic zone, meaning that no magic from the outside can get in the sphere, but anything within the sphere is fine, but anything from in the sphere can't escape from it. So essentially, this entire section is domed off by an anti-magic spell. So anything you cast inside will work, but you can impact the audience from the outside, and the audience can interfere on the inside. It's pretty strong stuff.
Oh, just to make sure, I did not catch that. Did I catch that with my 4?
No, you had to have a 15 or greater. You just know that there's magic here.
Okay.
I point at the barrier and let's see. I mutter Schlosky and cast firebolt at the barrier.
As soon as it reaches the barrier, it just fizzles out.
So wait, the barriers around the ring or the whole arena?
So basically, let me point you out. So you see this kind of outer wall here on this side? Basically, nothing will get past this section, and nothing from in here will go past this one. So this is basically
Okay.
where the barrier would be.
Well, we're not supposed to use magic in the ring, is what I thought he said.
Not offensive magic, I believe.
So let me point it out to you. So this is how it's going to go. First, we're going to have two contestants start off in the ring, and then every 30 seconds, a new contender will go in, and we'll keep going through the process until all competitors enter the ring. That being said, you can buff yourself up as much as you please. You want to enlarge yourself? Go right ahead. Make yourself a bigger target. You want to catch a quick respite? That's fine too. Just make sure you don't get punched in the face while you're taking a breather. You can team up and double team a person. That's fine. But as long as you don't actually cast that fancy fireball in someone's face, it's all legal.
So, what's the point of the barrier stopping, say, stray firebolts from going into the audience if we're not allowed to cast firebolts?
It's to not let the people from the outside cast the spells on the inside. The last thing we need is someone who's got a sour bet on a contender and decides to nuke the place with a giant fireball.
I see. So it works both ways. Interesting.
That was
How
my
is it-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anybody else in the ring. It's just going to be the contenders in the ring. Nobody else.
Correct. So no one else aside from the contenders. So you see this gate? It's auto-attuned to a number that we're going to fixate to your person. So unless your number's called, you can't even rush out. And as soon as you're out here, it's a free-for-all. We do have a commentary that's going to sit ringside and call the action using some fancy spells, so the odds could catch in, for especially those sitting high up.
So, can you be a little bit more clear on precisely what offensive magic means?
Essentially, anything that would be considered like the fireballs to a face, any type of sprays, like a poison spray, things like that. We want to keep this as clean as possible in terms of, just pure strength. But we do understand that some things can be lost. Like I said before, we once had a gnome that got to be the size of a minotaur and almost won the damn thing until it got triple teamed.
So is it just things that would hurt not the other person that are not allowed, or?
Essentially, yes. Now, granted, you may not have a time to concentrate with a lot of people, so I'd be careful of using those spells.
What I
Okay.
think my feathered friend was trying to suggest is your definition of offensive. Does that include spells that just temporarily incapacitate another person, but does not actually hurt them?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. I suppose that's fine if you put someone to sleep. I mean, I don't see why that'd be different from putting someone in a sleeper hold and, just toss them over. I suppose that'd be fine.
All right.
That's good to know.
So basically, it's just modifications on self, or are they allowed on teammates? Like, for example, I'm not saying, like, I can fireball a teammate if I constitute them as a teammate. I'm talking, like, if I want to make a giant bird that stomps in front of everybody, I can do that.
Absolutely.
Okay. And do I notice anything unique or weird about this arena, I'm gonna kind of like walk around a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll
Kind of
me.
like,
Go ahead and roll me an investigation as you move around it.
that is a grand total of 17.
You can tell that the ropes on this aren't your standard ropes that you would use to fix something. They actually have a little bit more of a pull and push mechanism that feels a little bit more rubbery. So you can tell that getting slammed into them would end up causing you to gain some momentum going forward as well. So it's just not a hard stop. It looks like it has some repellability as well.
I don't notice anything else. Do I as I come over here, do I kind of see the like table over here?
Yeah, you can kind of see that they're kind of setting up special magical apparatuses and stuff, kind of like horns and stuff that they're fixing to kind of amplify the sound.
Okay. I don't notice anything funky about the ring otherwise.
No, you kind of appreciate the ingenuity of it, though. It looks like that for the most part, it's just like wooden planks that are supported underneath by some supports to kind of elevate it to give people a better view of it, especially if you're sitting, on the sides or on top of it.
Alrighty.
The,
So when do we start this tournament? I know we were short people. How are we doing on that?
well, now that we got the full 30, all we gotta do now is just let the people finish up. We gotta still make sure that our contestants are notified. Some of them are out of town, but we can get them here within a couple days. So give yourself some time to essentially get yourself limbered, make any preparations you need. Just know that if you're not here the morning of, then there really isn't gonna your forfeit your spot.
The morning of being
It's 7 pretty much days.
this is going to be a boring week.
Well, you're always welcome to go around and see the sights of the Combat Coliseum. We have different vendors. We've got different vendors that sell odds and ends during this week. It's actually the one of the 4 busiest times of the year for this area. Showcase.
No one know the others.
He kind of puckers up his chest like the next one after this is actually the highlight of the showcase of the Immortals, our biggest events of them all, with huge pageantry and some of the greatest come and take the glory of being the victor of the year. One guy's got 12 victories straight.
Fascinating.
So can I ask, who puts on this tournament? What organization?
One sec here. They're the McManus family. Very prominent family. It started with these little rinky-dink shows that, were traveling things, but then the current head decided to make things big by consolidating smaller troops and combine them into one big one. Actually, pretty smart, really.
Subtlety, but subtlety.
Right.
Yeah, Laura just goes into the ring and starts hitting the ropes.
Go ahead and roll me an athletics check or an acrobatics check. Which one is, whatever one is your better one.
That's not great.
And who crap Was this how long has this Coliseum been here? Was this established by Nerdy?
Yes, Nerdy established this when he brought the Isle here to this world. It's been standing forever. It's actually pretty immaculate. It actually self-cleans, which makes it easier to cut down on costs. Lore basically can even find that if you prop yourself on the top rope, you can even get some extra jump ability out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little move here. Hold on.
I will decide to sign up to compete as well.
Excellent.
Does this look like the kind of coliseums I'm used to, Sal?
Yeah, so at least aside from the ring and the extra the things that you would consider unnecessary, yeah, this thing actually looks like you can see where on the sides of the wall and stuff where you could slam someone into a wall in just a normal gladiator fight. I mean, this place actually looks like it's got some ability to host everything from chariot fights to group gladiatorial battles, even your standard one-on-ones. And it's got some interesting things like there's interesting levers and devices on the walls for things to pop out or whatnot from what you remember. All right, any other questions, comments, concerns before we wrap it up for the night?
Does anyone sell scrolls here? Because I may need at least something that allows me to do something in this.
Oh yeah, there should be several, merchants there just right in the front where we came in from. One in particular happens to be a huge fan, very recluse wizard who lives out in the swamps. Usually brings in a pretty hefty stock because he makes a killing out here.
Right then.
Out of curiosity, would I be able to learn spells from scrolls as well, or is this exclusive to wizard?
I'm not sure.
It is not an Eldritch Knight thing. It is a wizard thing.
But you can cast a spell from a scroll as a temporary, like. It's
So
a
I
one-time
can use
use.
the scroll, but I can't learn from the scroll.
Right.
Yeah, to learn from a scroll, you either need to be a wizard or you need to have the feat. There's a feat for it.
It's her spell book. She's like adding stuff to her spell book.
Yes.
I
But
just
you
remember
can,
something
but you
being
can,
said about it,
you
so
can
that's why I was asking.
right? But we can purchase scrolls and potions to help you if we want to do that. If we want to go that route, it wouldn't hurt to see what's available. I'm going to research everything I can about this. I'll have to I'll probably access the parts of my memory. I'm certain that my master has researched this place. Perhaps there are styles that you learned in the week that we have. Do we have access to this place for training?
Actually, now that you're contestants, you're more than welcome to come and go as you please. Thankfully, we have the ability to make sure that nothing's hidden underneath the ring itself or any modifications to the ring, so don't even try to fool with it.
Are we not allowed to go under the ring?
You're more than welcome to, just don't hide anything underneath there.
How could that possibly be abused?
He just kind of pauses himself, like, well, at least it's not like the Monarch Mayhem number 28 when the demon came in from underneath the ring and pulled that poor masked wrestler down through. Scariest business. Ring killed up pretty quick, though.
Is anyone else growing a little bit more concerned about this whole thing?
Why should we be concerned?
Scary demons popping up from beneath the ring, no?
I should let you know that there's really no fear in terms of dying. I mean, we have medics on hand, and make sure that we don't have any serious injury.
What if he called it sports entertainment?
Belza, you're muted.
Should I point out that demons coming out from underneath the ring? Like, red flag.
It's just showmanship. Did you call yourself Hulk?
Calling myself Hulk and demons coming out from under a ring are two very different things, sir.
I've obviously missed something.
I'm sure Argus
Scott,
can
what was that?
elucidate on using your name in such a fearsome way. As the Hulk cascaded down into the ring, I'm sure that sounds quite fearsome. I am not a poet, though. Argus is.
That I am. I can make a show of anything.
Maybe. Am I misunderstanding what's going on here? Because I was under the interpretation that just a random demon came out from underneath the ring.
That's
Like,
what I
not
heard
a
as well.
contender.
Oh
That's
no!
exactly what I heard.
Oh no!
Uh,
Apologies. No, it was a contender. We just call him the Big Red Demon. He's actually a tiefling that's red, but you know, just he was so fierce that night. He broke through the middle of the ring and dragged the poor masked wrestler through it. It was really sad to see.
Oh, I see. Okay. So there's the misinterpretation. See, when you call something a demon, I assume you mean an actual demon.
That's what I'm saying.
He sure as hell looked like a demon that night.
That's totally different. Looking like and being a demon are totally different. I'm visibly like distraught. I've definitely had issues.
If you get that easily, I'd be worried about the dead man. That man has chills even the fiercest competitor to the bone, makes him stop in the tracks.
And I assume that he's not literally dead.
Don't comment on that. We have yet to verify that.
I think you tend to dramatize people quite a bit.
Go and roll an insight check.
So,
My type of person.
15.
next thing you know, he'll be introducing Argus as a rock.
Somebody smell something cooking.
You could tell that he's being 100% sincere about everything he's talking about.
So I'm a little bit concerned what my nickname would be, seeing as how my strongest ability going into this fight will be me turning invisible so no one can see me.
Well, you don't have to worry about it.
Everybody's seen her.
It's like you don't have to worry about it. I mean, you only have to deal with certain nicknames, or like the Big Red Machine, or the Demon as we call him, or the Dead Man. I mean, there's just some guys named the Boulder, and he's just a big guy. But you know, the Dead Man. There are some guys who have cool names, like the Blazer or the Heartbreak Kid. It's all right. I mean, some guys are just here and they're here for the showmanship.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
All right. Anything else from this guy?
Are we leaving then? Is this everything?
Wait, so quick question. I'm trying to remember. Last week, rooms were paid for, so we have a place to crash, right?
Correct.
Okay, I
Rooms
just
were
was
paid
clarifying.
for the evening.
I currently don't know that yet, though. If I remember right.
No, because it was what, Tatanka and Lunam and two others. Yeah, because you and Lore were hanging out looking for Corin.
So, where exactly would be a good place to crash? And do we have like bedding here, or?
We've already booked tonight at the local inn.
My question still stands for the time being.
I'll put in a word with Mr. Morgan at Dining Out, and he'll cut your rate down by half at least.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is excellent.
Thank you, good sir.
Alright, does that cover everything then.
Yeah, just if you have any questions, I'll be at the tent in the market.
Oh, just out of curiosity, you see a lot of people coming through this town, yes? You probably speak to most of them.
I've been trying to recruit for the last 2 weeks, so I have talked to a lot of folks.
Rather curious, among the folks that you've spoken to or just seen wandering by, did there happen to be a human among them? He had this sort of symbol on his tabard, and it was marked with a red X through it.
He takes a minute and thinks, and he kind of just wants to. It's like on the tip of his head, but he just can't. Like, oh, I'm sorry, it sounds familiar, but something the noggin ain't working too well when I think about that individual.
Right. Thanks anyway.
Not a problem.
When she says that, I kind of perk up and just look at her, kind of like raise my eyebrows.
I am aware of his sudden interest and very purposely ignore him.
I'll just nod and go about with it, with whatever it is we're doing.
All right. Anything else for Mr. Bruce? All right.
Well, thank you, good sir. I think we're going to be off.
Sounds good. Like I said, enjoy your week. Enjoy the festivities of the pageantry. There's a lot of interesting folks around here: collectors, traders, and even entertainers. All right. If anything, I'll take us back to the market map. All right. Anything you guys would like to do before we wrap up for the evening and let you guys plan through your week? Essentially, what I'll do is, unless you guys are looking for something specific, I'll just go and let the days pass by.
I did want to look into getting at least one scroll.
Yeah, I would like a couple of scrolls as well. I have a couple ideas.
Okay. So it sounds like Kestrel and Balzac are going to go look for scrolls. Anyone accompanying them?
If he's not doing anything specific, I will drag along August because I no longer trust him to stay alone.
Hey, ow, 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 not feathers.
All right. I'll move those guys over. Lou and Chitaka, Laura, anything you guys would like to do while you guys are enjoying your time off waiting for the event to start?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll be spending my time studying mainly. Would I know that tieflings tend to speak Infernal
You could do
based on me studying the language a bit?
you could do a history check and see if you might have recalled hearing about that.
I'm not sure if you're still on push to talk.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was saying that you could just do a history check to see if you were able to recall hearing something about Tiefling speaking Infernal or know about their culture. I guess that culture.
13.
Yeah, you kind of get a general idea that Tieflings, since they do have that background, that they would probably have some knowledge of Infernal.
Okay. I'll spend my time studying, but maybe keep an eye out for the demon, as they call him. His name's probably like Jonathan or something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna spend my time kind of like working out and working on my fighting style.
Before we get too far, too, I would like to talk to Tatanka about like just kind of practicing, like actually like having matches with her.
Like sparring.
Yes. Like, but sparring in the ring, like under the rules, like trying to get a feel for it.
Okay, we can do some stuff like that. So, we'll go ahead and Lord, what did you would like to do in the 7 days leading up to the mayhem?
I'm trying to research gloves. Like I want to have like a gauntlet. I don't know if that even exists in this version of Dungeons and Dragons. I was just looking in the equipment thing. I don't like. Is there any way to have gloves that you can enchant to do to do fisticuffs? I'm basically looking for something I can enhance and do unarmed strikes, but make them magical. I don't even know if that's a thing.
I mean, you'll have to. You can try to track down. You can track down a blacksmith or another vendor and see if they might have something of that. Okay, so sounds like Lord's gonna go find some gauntlets to enhance his ability. All right, let's go ahead and go back to Balzac and Kestrel and Argus and find the good old wizard who's peddling stuff. He's like, "Welcome. Here to buy scrolls? Here to buy enchantments? Or are you simply here to buy wisdom?"
I'm simply here because I can't be let go of, apparently.
You
Can
can't be
confirm.
trusted. Also, I may need some of your gold.
Ah,
It's expensive. Right. So I'm sort of looking for perhaps 3 possible spell scrolls.
Okay, what would you like?
Well, I have a friend who's trying to learn a language, so I thought maybe I could help him out and that sort of thing. So I was wondering if you had a scroll of comprehend languages.
Oh, well, let me look. I'm gonna roll a D100 on this one, since that's probably one that's not really asked for. Well, I happen to have one not really asked for.
So I assume that means it to be inexpensive.
Yeah, give you this one to you for 25 gold.
I just look at August.
for 25 of my gold, apparently.
Yes. Probably. Also, the other 2 may also be coming out of your pocket.
Wonderful.
I'm poor, alright?
Okay. Let me know what the damages are.
Well, you could always negotiate for me. For the other 2, we're sort of participating in that melee that's taking place in a week. And I was looking for something that would not quite damage my opponents, but perhaps incapacitate. So I was wondering if you had scrolls for Cold Spear and Grease.
That's a good question. Let me take a look. Those ones are not really asked for either.
Really? Grease doesn't ask for?
Also, I would imagine Grease is going to be a lot of fun in that ring.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just going to stand at the edge and let people slide off as they come toward me.
Those ones are going to take me a couple days to come up with. I don't have them on hand, and might cost you a little bit more for a rush order.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate.
I mean, I can make them. When do you need them by?
In a week.
Oh, that's very doable. I'll just need about 5 days just to pen them down and get them all sealed up and ready to go.
How much would that total then?
Well, considering it's a bit of a rush, I'll probably be able to do it for 120 gold for both.
120 gold for both, and we're already taking this trifle off your hands. You're charging us 25 gold for that. I mean, with the amount of business that we're giving you and helping you and, reduce some of your inventory, you think that seems a bit steep, wouldn't you say?
Roll me perception, or not perception, persuasion. Wow.
what she keeps me around for. That's a 19.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let me roll a d4 and see how much of a discount it gives you. All right. All right. I'll sell them to you for 80 gold for both.
Okay, that seems fair.
Right. So, August, my good friend.
Yes. So what? That's 130, 140.
105.
Oh, that's more, isn't it?
Don't upsell yourself.
I hand him over the gold.
It's like, all right, be back in 5 days and I'll have those other two ready for you.
Will do. In the meantime, I'll start learning comprehend languages, and then I'll learn the other two once they're done. You said that you did not charge me for stuff when they're first level spells, correct?
Right, level ones we don't have to worry about. Aside from the cost of the scroll, you don't have to worry about the 50 for the put them into your book.
Alright, good. That was honestly part of the reason why I chose all of those levels. I cannot afford the more expensive ones at the moment.
All right, and what was Belzak looking for?
Specifically, I would like a scroll for mage armor, please.
Mage armor. That one's actually pretty common. Go and sell that one to you for a good whopping 50.
That's fair.
Hands over the scroll to you.
Sorry, I was trying to decide if there's anything else I wanted.
Just as a heads up, mage armor cannot be used if you're wearing armor.
I can't wear armor into the arena.
Oh, I did not.
we
I did
can't?
not catch that rule.
Oh, that was how I understood. We had to go in. It was like a bare knuckle brawl, right? Basically.
I said no weapons. I didn't say anything about no armor.
Oh. Well, never mind.
Fuck that noise.
Everything.
You gave me a heart attack for a second.
That's how they all died.
I know, that was going to have me, like, casting mage armor on everyone before we go in.
Well, never mind then. Yeah, I guess I don't really need anything because I misunderstood that. I was expecting bare knuckle brawl, so.
Well, you could always get to scroll and use it in the ring. He didn't say anything about not using scrolls. He said we could use potions.
That's fair, but I don't have any idea what the hell I have, like what options I could go for. I'm
Well-
not super familiar with potions, I'm not gonna lie, so I'd actually have to like look that up.
The Eldritch Knight spell list is the same as a wizard, yes?
Correct.
As far as I'm
So
aware.
So you could get things like Grease or Snare or trying to think of other spells and scrolls that you might want.
Actually, yes, I would like to get a snare spell. Actually, depending on price, I might want two.
You can only cast first level spells, correct?
Correct.
You could get Long Strider, which might be beneficial to you. It increases your movement speed by 10. It's not concentration.
But snare, I think, isn't it?
No, I don't believe so. Let me look. I have my spell list up.
I was just going through spells right now. Snare is a level 1. No, it is not a concentration.
It is not, yes.
Then yeah, what would be the price on snare? The scroll for snare, please.
Let me take a look and see if he would even have that. All right, yeah, he's definitely gonna have that one. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Oh, probably the same price as the other one. If you don't want the mage armor, you can have the. You could probably get away with buying this spell for the same price."
how does not wanting another affect the price of this one if it's not cheaper?
He basically just tells you that he keeps a couple of ones on hand for the ones that are bought more often than not. So like mage armor, he has quite a few of, and snare, he gets some uses out of it. Essentially, with hunters coming and going.
Okay, well, for now, I'll just take one snare then.
Okay. Anything else for this wizard?
No, I'm good.
That's all for me.
All right, Lore, how would you like to go about doing your search for gauntlets?
So I figure I have a week, so in my mind, I mean, I don't know if this exists mechanically in the game, so I don't know if you want to allow me to do this, but basically over the course of the week, I want to be like artificer, and I want to because I have to go into the ring without weapons, I want to turn my hands, because I'm a warforged, so I want to turn my hands into like gauntlet weapons. So I'll be using unarmed attacks. All I want to be able to do with it is be able to enhance them with enhanced weapon. So basically, just it'd basically be throwing fists, except I can add my magical ability to them.
Okay. Are you gonna try to craft them yourself, or you're gonna try to seek someone else to craft them?
I mean, I could probably do it with. I mean, I could probably seek someone else to help me, but I mean, obviously, I'd be doing most of the work myself, just because I'm an artificer. This is like what I can do.
Okay. Yeah. If you're gonna try to get someone, because you're gonna be one-handed as you try to fit them and stuff. Go ahead and roll me a. What should we have you do? Man, this is what I don't like about fifth. It's just the lack of a craft.
Well, I mean, you just basically say like you want me to do some type of crafting roll.
Yeah.
Add my bonus plus my, it's just like any skill. It's just like any crafting roll you would do.
Yeah.
So it's proficiency. It's, something.
Yeah, it's proficiency and.
Because I have proficiency in whatever tools I want, so that's not a problem. I can summon those tools and I'm proficient in them.
Yeah, just go ahead and do that in a strength check, just so that way we can get the. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do proficiency plus strength, and we'll go ahead and have you roll to see if you can just hammer it out in the correct way, since blacksmithing and armor smithing is a little bit more than that. Oof.
I rolled a 5. Sweet.
Yeah, so you have 6 more attempts. All right, looking good. And that'll do it. So basically, you'll get to go ahead and you'll gain proficiency when you use your unarmed strike, and you will be able to use they'll be considered magic damage as well. So you're able to forge the 2 pairs to work with you pretty well.
Yeah, because my goal will be to basically I'll have my armor enhancement and my glove enhancement for the combat. And then I might do something. I don't know. Well, I also want to watch all the mania. I mean, I want to watch all the rumbles. Is there a place I can just watch all the rumbles? Where's the network at?
I mean, you could go and consort the archives. They have footages of previous contestants. I'm
gonna just watch all the rumbles.
Watch all the previous mayhem.
Wherever the network is, I'm getting into the network.
Yeah, you just head over to the local archives, and they have them, all recorded via lacrimums, and you're just standing there and you're just trying to get an idea of how previous winners were getting folks over the top rope and stuff. All right, so we said that Tatanka and Belzec were going to try to do a little sparring to get a little bit more in ring shape, so to speak. Anyone else going to join them, or have any other ideas of how they're going to prep?
do some ring work when I'm not just watching stuff.
Okay. Roll an acrobatics or athletics checks for anyone who is doing physical preparation.
Boom, natural one.
It's your first time in the ring. You're going to trip and stumble once in a while.
Alrighty, that would be. Ooh, that's not right.
21.
Oh, Tatanga, you're taking to this. You're actually enjoying the fact that by using the ring ropes that you're able to jump a little higher than you're accustomed to and you're getting some air, and you could definitely see how you can use some of that momentum to push opponents that are maybe a little bit bigger than you around.
Mine would be 25.
Oh yeah, same thing with you. You're able to get a feel. You can feel that. If you launch opponents into the ropes, that they bounce back, and you can punish them a little bit more without expending more energy on your end.
What about as far as like not just only with the ropes, like actual like dealing with people, and I kind of want to focus specifically on not just using myself as like using my body with the ropes, but also in ways that I can jettison people over the rope.
Go ahead and roll me insight checks if you're doing that one too.
Sure. That is less desirable. 13.
You kind of get the feeling that if anything, your best bet is that if you're able to get the momentum shifted towards you, that just alley-ooping someone from the legs up might give you a result that you're looking for, and even then you may want to pay attention to if people are hanging on to the ropes as you're jettisoning them, because there could be a tendency that they could just slip back in.
For one of these days, I have one more idea because I have something I kind of want to go for. Before sparring, I want to ask Argus to come into the ring with me and cast enlarge to see like if that helps any. Obviously not like in like a damaging, but more as in like a manhandling aspect.
Oh, definitely, certainly should, I'm sure.
Yeah, blah. You certainly get the feeling that being a larger opponent will give you more strength to get people out of the ring, and it's harder for them to cast you out. But at the same time, you also have to be careful that you do it when there's not too many people in the ring with you, or else you make yourself a pretty large target. Like even with being a larger size, enough people get on you, you're gonna paint yourself an easy target to get tossed out of with 4 or 5 people.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
So the goal is to get the people to just get tossed out of the ring.
Exactly.
And not get put out yourself.
Yep.
And I hate to be that guy, because we were definitely in there for a while, but how high are the ceilings in the area?
There's technically no ceiling, so
Fantastic.
So August just flies, I'll stay invisible, and the rest of you can do all the dirty work.
One of these days I would have brought my books and the like to the stadium just to watch people practice, to see what they have in mind, to see what tricks people up their sleeve.
Speaking of, once I finish copying down the comprehend languages spell, I wanted to see if I could use it to help translate and help speed up Unum's learning of the language of the Infernal, was it?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Luna, go ahead and roll me a perception check for the days that you're watching people practice in the ring.
And while there,
14.
You notice on one of those days, just at the corner of your eye, that one of the contestants was practicing handstands and even even just using their feet to prop themselves up from actually touching the ground. You're just like, well, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Are
Okay.
you meaning like on the ropes?
No, on the ground, like they jettison off, they jettison themselves off the top rope and then try to land a handstand.
Are the rules that their feet have to touch the ground
Yep,
inside?
yep. Feet have to touch the ground.
Okay, so it's really just like that World Martial Arts tournament in Dragon Ball where he like shove his feet into the concrete instead of falling.
Yep, pretty
I
much.
forgot about that.
People,
wow, yeah.
yeah, people are exploiting the loopholes like crazy. You see people, doing handstands to kind of, extending their limbs to grab onto the bottom rope as they're getting jettisoned out. It's like you could tell that some of these contenders have done this. The ones that have done this more than once, they're trying to find every way to prevent themselves from being eliminated.
Okay, interesting. I'm assuming Kestrel is the only person I quote see go invisible.
Um, I mean, no one else is really paying attention to that. Everyone's pretty much into their own preparation leading up to the mayhem. So, um, I wouldn't suspect anyone trying to find an invisible person.
Or rather, I don't see anybody all of a sudden disappear in the ring while they're practicing.
No, you don't see anyone pulling anything like that. I mean, you see a couple of people who are just kind of doing everything from trying to find ways to cheat the rule to trying to find ways to kind of they're just trying to make sure that they get the extra grip if they needed to, or in some odd events they're doing things to get extra sensory perception, having people jumping from like the back and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then since Kestrel is actually helping you comprehend the language, how many days are you going to spend every night to try to learn a little bit more about Infernal?
Well, I mean, if she can straight up read Infernal and help me translate what I need to, then I don't need to necessarily study.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I mean, it'll everything gets translated for you. Then I thought you were actually trying to learn the language itself.
I mean, I'm still trying to learn the language, but it's not as pressing if she can help me translate these things.
I didn't mean to stop you from your, thing. I thought that you were trying to learn it, so I was hoping to help.
Okay. No, it's both are helpful.
Alright. I can't decode like a secret message or anything, but I can read the literal meaning of the words. If there's any nuance, that it might be lost on me.
Okay. And I would pull out what seems to be very carefully stored like pieces of notes that are burned around the edges and like small fragments of pages where I was able to see like, oh, there's a part of a word there, or that might be a whole word there, or there seems to be a rune on this corner. Anytime I can even kind of make something out, I pull like fragments of burned paper.
I
So I kind
will.
of present this jigsaw puzzle.
I'll start writing it all down and trying to translate it on a secondary piece of paper.
Okay, no problem. So it's already comprehend the language. It's just a copy and paste action for you essentially.
Alright. I. While I am doing this, I am not trying to overly intrude on what's written. So I will write it over, but I am trying to avoid like studying it more than necessary, and just hand the paper over to him.
Okay. Anything else?
Doing some off time or some breaks, when I'm alone or what have you. If there's anybody who looks like they're near the center of the hub or gets a lot of people coming by or what have you, vendors and the like, um, I want to inquire about the human.
Yeah, most folks are kind of, waving you off as, as the event draws closer and word spreads that's actually happening. The vendors are more or less trying to appease to the paying customers. So not a whole lot of them are giving you the time of day unless you're buying something. For the most part, because the crowd in the market gets more and more, it becomes even more difficult to pinpoint what you're looking for.
So nobody is answering. Is that it?
Yeah, essentially, unfortunately, with the hustle and bustle of everything going on right now, the merchants are more focused on making their big profit more than answering questions of just of a random passive buyer.
All right. That's all then.
Anything else before we call it a night?
Um, during the week, I would like to try to find somebody that deals in potions. And specifically, I would like to inquire about potion of growth.
Uh, Potion of growth, huh?
It basically is just a drinkable
Enlarged person.
enlarge.
Okay. Actually, as you enter the bar, you actually notice that there was an alchemist in there who's making potions and stuff. So they're like, oh, uh, well, I'm usually just one that makes a lot of just different spices blends and stuff, but I have dabbled in that sort of thing. You just need just one.
Depends on prices.
Yeah, let me take a look and see if anyone's actually got a price on this thing. That's an uncommon.
I mean, I would like as many as I could get for as cheap as I would like to get, but again, prices.
Yeah, trying to consumable. All right. Since she has a lot of the items on hand, making it isn't too much, but it's still a costly potion because of the fact that it's essentially just another spell in itself. So she's selling it to you for 125 gold pieces.
All right, I'll take one.
Okay.
And then, actually, while we're here, you said this was in the bar.
Yep.
At night, was there any way I would be able to work with this alchemist to learn how to do some of this stuff? I've been kind of wanting to dabble in that, if that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to go ahead and roll me a insight check each night that you want to do it, we can see how much you learn about the basics of alchemy.
I don't think I've committed anything else at night, have I?
No, I just wasn't too sure if you wanted to like rest up or something like that.
Probably at least like once midweek. Like obviously I'm resting every night. I'm not spending all night, but at least once midweek so I don't get super exhausted, and then one just right before. So what is that? 5?
Yeah.
And these are just base rolls?
Yeah, so just go ahead and just roll insight to see if you can see what. Insight checks to see if you actually understand what they're putting down.
So 10, 14, 12. That's a natural 1. Didn't get shit that night. That is a 9. And one more. fell off the desk. That one was also a 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, those 2 1s kind of cancel your progress. You definitely know that you're going to have to pretty much just start small with just basically blending 2 small items together. Something as simple as just herbs, crushed up herbs to water, and make sure that it gets to a certain temperature, and do that before you can progress to something like making like a healing potion or anything like that of any major quality. You just got to sit down and just learn just how to crush down components and make sure things get to the right temperature.
Good. Then I bet that covers it.
During the week, I'm probably, since I had to give up all of my coin, probably going to spend some time building up my reputation and busking, basically.
I will probably be following him around during that and using prestidigitation and maybe like sword dancing and stuff like that. Kind of.
All right, go ahead and roll performance checks with advantage and do that. How many times do you think you guys are going to do that while preparing for the mayhem?
I don't know, probably every night.
Okay.
So we're doing this how many times?
7.
All right, it's a 23. A 1 and an 8. 16 for the second night. That is another 23. 20. It's night 4. Night 5 is another 23. Night 6 is a 19. Night 7 is a 22.
All right. Since you have so many 20s, I'll give you the max of 25 gold made through the week.
25 gold through the week.
You slut, you.
Give me a roll with a +8 and advantage, sure.
All right. Anything else you guys need to do during the week in terms of preparing yourself for a huge 30-person battle royal?
I have a couple of things that I would like to do. First is I'd like to spend some time with what Kestrel helped me translate, because I think it still might be, at least my impression is that it was like a wizard's notes or parts of a spell book. At least that's what I assumed, so I think I might still have some difficulty parsing through it, even though it's in common now.
That I can probably help with as well then.
Fantastic.
It's a good thing I don't need to sleep as much as others.
We don't necessarily have to do this now, since, I mean, if you're preparing for this over the week,
Not particularly.
you can do it after.
I watched a little bit, but for the most part, not for me. I'm sort of just doing it to make sure that August doesn't get himself killed.
Yeah, although I'm not a huge fan of this kind of thing, I understand that the reward is very beneficial for us.
But yeah, I can assist in sort of trying to decrypt a spell book.
Okay, cool. So I'll look through that stuff now then.
All right. You said that you're looking through some stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking through the notes that Kestrel helped me translate. See if we can decipher anything.
So this is actually So let me understand. Is this actually coded information that you're trying to decipher? Then is that what we're?
Well, I don't know. This is like from my backstory that I have
Right.
the stuff. So I don't know if it's coded or not. I just don't know what it says. Now that I'm able to
Okay.
parse through it in a language I can understand, I can start getting to the bottom of that.
Okay. We'll go ahead and say that it took you guys pretty much the whole week to kind of get through the burnt stuff to try to figure out what goes where. So we'll have a translation kind of done for you after next week, so that way we can kind of figure out how we want to deal with that book that's got translated. Because I'm not 100% sure
Yeah.
where we're going to go with that quite yet. I have an idea, but I want to talk to you about that off camera, essentially.
That's fair. And
Okay.
one more thing is that before, maybe like the night before or something, I'd like to pull aside Balzac and say that I have an idea that might make you a lot more successful in this. And I've kind of put together this combination of spells that I think would be very useful for a situation like this.
My interest is piqued.
I'll DM you the names of the spells, because I think it'd be fun to just see them piled on like mid-combat next session.
I like where this is going.
Oh, this is gonna be fun next week. All right. Anything else, guys?
That's it for me.
That's it for me.
All right. If there's nothing else, we'll end the session there tonight. Next week, live at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the annual Monarch Mayhem, where our contestants will try to be the #1 survivor. Tune in, folks. Don't even have to have pay-per-view. Have a good night.